isn't just about lawn care. The Grass Factor is about the science behind why we do what we do. But we are stewards of the environment. We are stewards of the planet. It is our responsibility. What's up, YouTube? Last video I put out, obviously I couldn't do the live show. I'm gonna do a makeup live show. Wanted to clue everybody in as to what's been going on outside of the Grass Factor and outside of spraying yards for the last 6 months or so. I had a friend of mine come to me with the ability to manufacture fertilizer. We took several different options in terms of actually manufacturing fertilizer. We realized pretty quick into the process that we had unintentionally invented a new slow release nitrogen technology. And we went kind of nuts. The original video I posted was kind of our concept of what we were working with, and then once we got that really dialed in and refined, that's when we pulled those videos down. If you look back through the history, you'll see they're just gone. They disappeared. They had to go away. Now that we're patent pending, that was another reason why I had to stop talking about it. We had to stop talking about it to get through that process. We had to go through the deal of finding investors to be able to put this project together. Obviously, I don't come from a manufacturing background, and I had to learn how to develop a product, and in trying to find assistance on how to develop a product, John Perry just played an unbelievable role. And for those of you that don't know, John Perry is the owner of Greene County Fertilizer Company, and people for a long time have over the last, I guess, 6 months, 8 months or so, people have said that, John Perry's out there paying guys on YouTube and all this and that, and he's not. John Perry has invested unlimited, significant amounts of time into business owners like me, into us being successful. And it's not just teaching people how to use his product, it's teaching people how to use products similar to his. It's teaching people how to be wise approaching soil fertility and building fertility programs. And he did the same thing with me. He really helped me through this whole product development process, and he was a major key player in it. So long story short, we found our backing. We teamed with this international outfit out of Singapore that really liked us and the idea. We talked to many different people, hundreds of different people about this particular project, and some of it was time constraining, that they showed interest, but it would take a really long time for them to be able to act on it. Some of it dealt with they would want us to become employees of the business and then let them handle the product development and the sales and the marketing, and basically we would just become a face of that company. And John Borden and I had a vision on how we wanted this to go, and we found that support from this particular group out of Singapore, and it's been an incredible team because they have such strong roots in construction and manufacturing, and they're really going out on a limb and taking a risk on someone like me who has roots in turfgrass management, lawn care. It's been a really wild last few 6 months, but I'm proud to say that all that hard work, all that time, all that effort has paid off. Here now in the future, we're going to be doing big things. And I'll tell you what kind of big things we want to do. I had my issue with Screaming Green. I began to develop feelings that I did not trust suppliers. I did not trust sales reps. I didn't have consistent product that showed up to my house, and so I knew there were quality control issues on the manufacturing side of things. And all of it was so frustrating, and it just came to a head, and I didn't have an outlet or a solution of how to tackle that. You know, my business partner that you saw with me at Lawncology, John Borden, he was the one that came to me and he said, you know, listen, we do have a solution. Let's just make our own fertilizer. I know how to build the plant. You figure out what to put in it, and then we'll find someone to be able to sell the product. And I said, wow. So tirelessly, you know, during the day, you know, we spray yards. You know, obviously you get through the spring rush, you get home at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and then you stay awake till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning putting this together, and we did it. And so I wanted to make the announcement to my channel that nothing's going to change with the grass factor. The grass factor is always going to be the science behind why we do what we do. Because we're stewards of the environment. We're stewards of the planet. It's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to be as educated as possible. And that's going to help us deal with manufacturers. It's going to help us to deal with salespeople. It's going to help us see through the fuzz, the crap, the blah, 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 that you hear come out of people's mouths about what works and what doesn't work. And the fact of the matter is that scientifically we need to be able to deduce as turfgrass managers what works and what doesn't work. So the grass factor is not going to turn into a sales engine for this new product. This is just strictly something that I put together as a solution to my own issues in the industry. My own issues in the industry were finding someone that I felt like I could trust. I never felt like I had anybody in this industry that I could trust. And that was why when I met John Perry and I didn't like him and I tested his products, and that's how we developed trust. So I want to do the same thing, and YouTube is not going to be my platform for that. YouTube, like I said before, is always my commitment. It is my promise to give back to the industry what the industry gave to me. The industry has provided me a family, vehicles, education, children, a life of happiness. You know, I love what I do every day, day in and day out. There's hard times, but there are great times, and the great times far outnumber the bad times that go on. So the grass factor is what I want to do for the industry. Carbon Earth Company is what I want to do for the applicators. That's always going to be the line. There's going to be a separate channel for Carbon Earth Company. It's a little ways away from getting started. It's going to be strictly more of a soil fertility approach. It's going to be a sales-driven channel. It's going to be a sales content-driven channel. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be good content in it. But the whole purpose of that channel is going to be to sell that fertilizer. The grass factor is never going to be sponsored. The grass factor is never going to take a kickback to promote a product. The grass factor is always all about you, the viewer, and letting you in on the nuances behind why we do what we do. So I appreciate everyone being patient with me, but it's all come to a head, and it's all come to a head for this. None of this could have ever happened without this camera, without the grass factor. So to close it out, I want to say thank you for affording me the opportunity to be able to do this, to earn all of this, to be able to teach, mentor, guide, make friends, make some enemies. For 3 years I've been recording these videos, whether anybody watches them or not. I don't know why I do it. I just do it and I enjoy it, and I'll continue to do it. So thank you, YouTube. Thank you, the Grass Factor community. Thank you, my friends in the industry that have been so supportive along the way. To Pete with GCI Turf. I mean, we've been friends since he and I both started YouTube. Everybody at the Lawn Forum. To Alan Hain, the lawn care nut, for helping catapult my channel and allowing me to be an editor in his business ventures. to my mom and dad, and my wife, my brother, my sister, my brother-in-law, that have been so supportive as I have attempted to do all this. So thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Take it easy.